starting with silicone silicate.
So silicone silicate. It's not your usual silicone render, it's half silicone, half silicate. For those that don't know what silicate is, plastic.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a cheaper alternative to some of the others. So it has a place in the market for some people that might want
working on a budget.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If they still want a coloured render but might not have the budget to go with the others, it's still a fantastic product. It just may need a little bit more maintenance than the rest.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay.
What about this one? Our acrylic render.
Acrylic render, it's again, has a place in the market. You wouldn't wrap this around a house. Yeah. It doesn't breathe the same way as your silicone renders. So if you put it in a house, it'd be like wrapping a house in cling film. So
yeah.
You're not going to want to do that. You want to allow the moisture to be able to get out. So where you would use this is mainly things like garden walls.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. Quite cost effective?
Absolutely. It's a kind of, these two top are kind of in around the same ballpark.
Yeah. So we'll go to the higher end and we'll go with Nano Drex.
Nano Drex.
So this is a more expensive product?
It is. It's probably the best self-cleaning product we do. I say that term loosely. No product is completely self-cleaning.
Yeah, there's no such thing as maintenance free.
Absolutely. And it's something that a lot of people think, because they're having a coloured silicone render, that they haven't got to clean their walls.
Yeah.
You still need to clean your wall quite regularly. The closer you are to the coast, or if you're in high vegetation areas, even more so.
Yeah. Next on the list is Premium Bio. This one here?
Yep. Premium Bio, you're going to use Premium Bio if you're in coastal areas or high vegetation areas.
Yeah.
It has additives in it that help prevent algae growth. Again, it won't completely stop algae growth.
I noticed the word prevent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With ongoing maintenance and those additives, it will help prevent that algae growth and help the system to last a lot longer.
And the last one we've got here is our 075 silicone render. I think that's our most popular, isn't it?
I would say probably, what do you reckon, 90% of what we do is 075. I'd say a part of that is more knowledge. People aren't aware of the other ones we do and what they offer.
Yeah.
But your 075 is a fantastic product.
Yeah.
It ticks all the boxes. It's lovely to use. With our products, if you're hand applying, you don't need to add water. Some people like to add a scoop of water.
Yeah.
You don't need to. I never did. You just need to make sure the bucket is whisked very well.
Yeah.
So
I understand that these buckets need to be whisked for 5 minutes at a time.
5 minutes at a time, they say.
And I believe that's to make sure everything's coated in the binders, the silicone.
Absolutely. As you can imagine, they could be sitting still for a while in the warehouse or outside the job in different kind of weathers.
Yeah.
Things can start to tighten up, etc. So you want to just break it down again.
Yeah.
The silicone won't go off until it is released to the air.
Yeah.
So as soon as you take that lid off, that's when it will start going off. If you keep the lid on, it's going to stay in the bucket, but you do want to keep the buckets out of the direct sun.
Exactly. And also in the winter time, they need storing inside, somewhere where it's warm.
Absolutely.
Because once these are frosted, that's the end of it.
So Paul, we spoke about the different products. We spoke about where you would generally use or where you wouldn't use each one. Can you tell me a bit about the finish, what different finishes they come in?
Yeah, good question, Steve. So all our top coats come in a range of different grain sizes. So we start off at 0.5 millimetres, 1 millimetre, 1.5, a 2 and a 3 millimetre.
Quite a few different options then.
Yeah, so quite a few options. So all our products are sprayable. So every one of our products is sprayable. But they're also hand applied. A lot of people hand applied. Technology has moved forward and a lot of people are now spraying.
When we're talking millimetres, does that make a big difference to the finish? Because it's quite a small amount.
Yes, it does. It does make a big difference with the finishes. And later on in our series, we will be doing the different finishes, starting at the 0.5 and going up to 3 mil.
So we're going a bit more detail about the application.
A bit more detail later, yeah.
Fantastic.
So Steve, what sort of temperature ranges have we got with applying these products?
So with your silicone render, you want it between 5 and 25 degrees. That's your perfect rendering conditions, okay? That's when you would apply top coat.
So you couldn't apply it when it's below 5 degrees?
You don't really want to. If it is below, it wants to be below 5 degrees and rising.
Yeah.
But if it's not going to get above 5 degrees and then it's going to freeze through the night, you could be in quite a lot of trouble. The only way this stuff is going to dry, is when you take the lid off, as we said earlier. Okay. Yeah. And then once you apply it to the wall, the only way it's drying on the wall is if the temperature is at least 3 degrees higher than the dew point in the air.
Oh, right. And how do you find your dew point?
Any weather app will show you. Okay. Yeah. If you go on a weather app, have a look at the dew point, it will tell you. If that dew point is less than 3 degrees to the temperature, it will stay wet on that wall.
Oh, right.
It is not going off, which is why in the winter, some people do struggle.
So Steve, is there anything we can do in the winter time to speed up the process?
Certainly. You want to use Render Accelerator.
Render Accelerator?
Absolutely.
How does that work?
So with Render Accelerator, people aren't going to like me saying this. Render Accelerator, you calling it accelerator is quite a loose term because it's not going to send it off quicker. Yeah. Okay, this is where people read accelerator and they think it's going to send it off straight away. Yeah. And they fully rely on this. Yeah. In the winter, you should 100% be using this, one of these tubs in each tub. Yep. Okay, so one of these little bottles in a tub. What it's going to do is during that winter time, while it's drying out, it's going to put a film over the top of it. Okay,
it's going to put so what's the purpose of that?
That film is going to stop the wall pulling in any more moisture. So technically, it is drying quicker in the winter and it is accelerating the process, but it's not going to send it off chemically. You do have another option in the winter, okay?
Yes.
And the other option is something that is not used enough because not enough people know about it. I'm sure you bring it up on your training courses. I always bring it up on mine. And there's always a lot of confused faces when I bring it to the table. And that is
our trusted mineral render.
Mineral render. Mineral render, it's chemically dried.
Oh, right.
Okay, so this will dry in 4 hours.
Excellent.
It doesn't need the air dry. It's going to dry within 4 hours. So from the point you're knocking it up, it's going to dry.
Yeah. So what's the disadvantages of using mineral render?
So I wouldn't say there's any disadvantages. I'd say it's a difference in process.
Right.
Okay. One of the processes, you have to knock it up. It comes in a bag. You have to knock it up.
Yeah.
Okay. The other one is you have to paint it afterwards. Okay. You have to paint it. It doesn't come.
And we'd use our silicone paint for that, or
silicone
our premium
paint.
bio paint.
Absolutely. By doing this, it's going to then get the same colour. So this generally you would get in 1.5. Yeah. It doesn't come in all the grain sizes that you would get with these unless you ordered it in. So if you are doing that, allow a bit more time in the delivery process. Where it needs painting, the one exception to this is it doesn't need to be primed first. So the base coat doesn't need priming with your mineral render.
Oh, right. So straight onto your base coat with
exactly. Because it's being painted, it's going to protect the system. With the mineral render, this is what you would use on our A1 fire rated system. Yes. So you would use your premium base coat with your rock wool, mineral render, and 1 coat of paint. Yeah. Okay, that will give you an A1 fire rated system.
Oh, that's excellent.
So it's a fantastic product, but for the winter, it's all I'd be using personally because
you're not going to drying time, yeah.
But because it needs painting, and you're painting it with our silicone paint, which is basically the same as our top coat without the grain. Yeah. Because that's going on so much thinner, that will also dry quicker as well. Yeah.
So we've talked about this winter working. We've got options. We can use the Render Accelerator. We can move across to our mineral render. What about the summertime? Is there a limit to the temperature range there?
So you don't want to go above 25 degrees.
Yeah. Is that air temperature or surface temperature?
Surface temperature.
Surface temperature. So there is a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So air temperature, surface temperature, very different. The best way to check it is
thermal
gun.
If you've got that sun directly on that elevation all day, is there a way around that?
Absolutely.
How would you address that?
If you've got a wall that's been in the sun all day, especially if you've got insulation on that wall as well, that's going to be a hot wall. It's going to absorb that heat and it's going to hold it. Yeah. As soon as you try and put any base coat or top coat on that wall, you're struggling.
Yeah, it's going to dry too quick.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you need to cover it out. Do you know what you will cover the scaffold in?
Yeah. Well, back in the day, We used to use the green debris netting. So it protects it from that direct sunlight, but allows light and allows ventilation through.
Perfect. So you're not working in the greenhouse. That leads us on to a good time to go and have a go.
Yeah, let's go.
Put some on the wall and talk about the application.
Yep, fine by me.
Happy days.